to the podcast. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Welcome to the podcast. The podcast of the century of the podcast within the podcast that we do on the podcast to do something with that podcast. And we get to do incredible things, like with frame dropping all over the place. Such an amazing day. Hello. There was no topics that was suggested to me. However, though, however, however, we got some topics that I think we should discuss. So, what is the topics? If you are curious, and what is the topics for today's podcast? If you are fairly curious of what we do here on the podcast, within the podcast of the podcast, if you're just curious, I know we talked about this in the last podcast, but I feel like it should be brought up again because it's getting, how should I put this? It's getting worse. Absolute worse, with Rockstar and the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, the definitive edition. I know we talked about that in the last podcast, but there's stuff that I didn't say that I found out, which is interesting. It is very interesting. Now, it seems like no human being looked at the definitive edition before it was released. And it didn't look like there was any review copies. If some of y'all don't know what that is, some people, some gaming industries, right, would be like, here's a copy of our game early. Here it is. Alright, test it, see what you think before we release it out to everyone that's going to see our product. And usually that happens. People will get products a day early, 2 days early, and be like, wow. You know? But with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, the definitive edition, which is a freaking stupid name. Yeah, very stupid. But it comes to a point where it's getting ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I meant ridiculous. No, 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 like, you can't even make this stuff up even if you try to make this stuff up. Even if you try. Alright, people have been looking out at this games and frustrated. Even the PC, when this game originally released, the Rockstar, their program, their play system, where you have to sign in just to play some single player games when you could just go to Steam. I don't know why there's has to be so many launchers. So when it first released, it was like, ooh, and then there was refunds out the rear end. People was like, I want my money back. This is ridiculous. And it looked like they didn't even try. It honestly, from what a lot of people assume what happened within the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, what happened is an AI took over. I know, that sound, okay, hear me out. There was a lot of spelling errors within the game. And apparently, if you go in, because people go into the codes, because some people are data miners and look at, and you get to see developers, yes, Rockstar developers talking crap on the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? Why would you sit there and let AI look at it and go, you know, the Mafia Definitive Edition looks better than the original Mafia. And that looks like full blown remake of the original Mafia. That didn't even look like a remaster. You could potentially use the Grand Theft Auto 5 engine and put Grand Theft Auto 3 in that engine. You could put Vice City, and a lot of people would probably be more excited than what we are getting here. And it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And the thing at first, they pulled the original trilogy. They pulled that from stores. They think the definitive edition will sell records, but guess what? Guess what? Like, it was terrible. It's a mess. Like, like, and you know what happened today? You know what? This is not the end. This is not the end, mind you. Modders. Yes, modders who is not getting paid, period, that are passionate, went in and fixed this broken mess. You know what Rockstar's doing? They're going after them. They don't want to. They don't even want to fix their own game. They don't. They don't even want to fix their own game. No one, and they're sitting there focusing on banning modders. They're after and striking the mods community for fixing their game. And you know what? People are comparing this to the Cyberpunk 2077 launch, which is outrageous when you think about this. This has been going on through the whole entire week with the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, and it really makes me wonder what they're gonna do after this. It makes me wonder what they're gonna do, you know. And then they actually today, because it's still going, it's still ongoing. This is still going ongoing. They actually said that we're sorry, and that there will be an update. Why not fix your games? Take as long as you want, so there won't be any issues. There won't be any first day patch. Why is it okay to release a game at launch in a broken and terrible state? Why is that okay? Who thinks in the business, in the video game industry, thinks that that's fine? That's fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. But sir, there's bugs. It's fine. What happened to Fallout 76 at launch? What happened to that? No Man's Sky, what happened to that at launch? Cyberpunk, what happened to that at launch? Look at this list of games. I would rather them take their effort, take their time on a product, no matter how long it freaking takes. You shouldn't crunch your freaking members. You shouldn't sit there and not give them paid vacation. Like, It just it gets on my nerves. It does. And then they're gonna say that we're sorry and that we're gonna fix it. Is it really gonna be fixed? Is it really gonna be fixed? Is it? Because at this point, from what I heard from the modders community, have made it better on the original than the definitive edition ever released. You know, and I was happy about the definitive edition at first. When that trailer, when it first launched, when there was like no gameplay, I was like, okay, all right, this looks better. This looks pleasing. And I was like, oh, it's coming out to the Switch. I think this is the first Grand Theft Auto game on a home console. I mean, we did have Chinatown Wars on DS, but if you look at the history of Grand Theft Auto games coming to their home console, that's it. You know, the only thing I think of was the Game Boy Advance when you had the Grand Theft Auto Advance and DS for Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Beyond like the main line Grand Theft Auto games, no. And this was the first time to be on that. And I was hyped for this. You know, because I'm pretty sure around probably people around my age have grewed up on these classic games. You know, every time I look at this, it makes me want to pull out my PS2 and just play Vice City. Because their launcher, I don't know if it still works. That's the thing. Um, and it's just, I don't know where they're gonna go from here. I hope if they're actually sorry, like if they're actually legitimately said that they're sorry and that they're apologizing, then if they're trying to pull the update, sure. But to be honest, I think you need to put the original right back on stores. I think you, Rockstar, I don't know if they will ever listen to the podcast, is you would to put the original, original product back on the store, back on Steam. That will be an improvement in the right direction. All right, if you want to, that's a good thing. If you want to sit there and do that, put the original back up and keep on working on definitive edition. Like keep making it better. All right, because I don't like when my childhood gets to be a messed up product. So, but get some updates. All right, start working on. I don't know. Don't do what Cyberpunk's doing a roadmap, and it's still kind of broken. Actually sit there and try to fix it. All right. You have the original, the physical copy coming out, I believe December the 7th. So, I don't know. Don't try to rush this just to meet that day. Please, please, please do not try to rush this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Fix your stuff, gaming companies. Like, seriously. Seriously. Like, fix it. Alright? I'm sick of just hearing about it. I'm sick of looking at it. So, it's just, it's like wow, you know? It's literally like wow, wow, wow. Um, Here's an interesting question. Here's a very interesting question. A very interesting question. Think about this question. Which was the most disappointing game? The Super Mario 3D All Stars or the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition? Think about it. Because they seem both lazy, half butt products by these big gaming corporations when all they want is money from your own pocket and try to make a quick cash grab. Doesn't that sound a little bit familiar? Doesn't that sound just a little bit familiar? Doesn't it just sound just like a little bit, just a tiny bit familiar? Like 3D All Stars. What do we get? Half baked ported of 3 childhood games that people grow up on, and they were half baked. The Super Mario 64 wasn't even widescreen. There wasn't any updates, there wasn't any added extra content. Oh, they put in music. What be the freaking do? Put in music. What be freaking do? $60. And then when you look at Crash Bandicoot remade, $40. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 plus 2 remade from the ground, $40. Spyro Reunited Trilogy, $40. It's ridiculous. It is, like, on a Switch, it is ridiculous. So, and then if you look at the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, it seems half but at first it looked okay. Like I said, I'm going to still stand by that. I am going to stand by that. It was looking okay at first. I was worried about the songs, and then they just muted the songs. I was like, what? The songs are right there. Why did you mute the song? Like, every big, this doesn't make Rockstar a bad gaming company. Now, granted, I can understand that what was their last big game? Maybe Red Dead Redemption 2? Maybe? But it's just, it looked like an AI just looked at the game and just tried to high define it. And the character models look, yeah, yeah, character model. But you can see they're both half-baked games. And from what I hear, both of them are still enjoyable to an extent. You can still play the games. You can still enjoy the games. Now, granted, there's no bugs or glitches in 3D All-Stars. But I'm sick. The thing is that I'm sick. I am sick of gaming companies who sit there and do that for a quick cash grab. You know, it's feeling like that with the Pokemon. Look at how it looks. Is that not a cash grab on people that probably played this game back on the Nintendo DS era? Like, ain't that not a cash grab? It's just insane. Oh yeah, Nintendo also did this. Even though we're kind of on the topic of Nintendo, they updated Mario Kart, not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart Live Circuit. If anybody remembers, that game still exists. Um, I'm not getting it because I have carpeted floors. It's not going to work. If I bought it, it's not going to run well on my floor with the physical card. Now, it looks good, cool. It looks like unique, and it got a free update just out of nowhere. And I'm pretty sure people, including myself, have said like, "Oh, this game exists. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Oh, that game exists. Did y'all remember? Because I sure heck didn't. That game exists? Okay." But it updated to allow you to play online, local now, where you can play with other people now. Um, and I believe there's new objects within the game. Cool. That is cool. Wasn't expecting that. At all. Period. I really wasn't thinking about that at all. Period. Um, and I forgot to mention this. There's a new Wii U game being added. Yes, Wii U is getting a new game. You thought the Wii U was forgotten? You thought it was forgotten? Man, there's still some good exclusives that's still not even ported over for the Wii U. And I know which ones I'm talking about. That Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. Just freaking give it to me. Put it in a bundle. $60. Seems like a fair price. If you want to add extra content, that's even a better price. But but yeah, apparently it's called Captain U, and it'll be coming to the Wii U eShop. And it's basically like it's an old style NES Super Nintendo game, is what it is. It's a platformer. You get to use your powers to defeat enemies, play on big screen, get the high score. So it's basically like an old school game, and it's gonna be the last thing, and it will just only come to the Wii U eShop. It will not be publicly, well, not publicly, there won't be a physical copy for, what is it called again? Captain U. So, don't throw your Wii U's yet. If you ever want to play this game, stay tuned. I mean, I don't have a Wii U. I honestly wish I did have a Wii U to experience it, because there's a lot of classics that was on there. I know most of it, most of the library has been ported to the Switch, and I do have some of those games. The Bros Who Deluxe, Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8. Well, Breath of the Wild kind of came out on both systems, so I don't think that count. What other games? Donkey Kong. I did mention Donkey Kong, right? I know I don't have Captain Toads. I know I don't have Bayonetta. I think that might be it. That might be it. But yeah, Wii U game. That's only the last official Wii U game coming out. And you know what? Else I've been hearing? There's the what's coming up very soon is the Game Awards. Yes, the Game Awards. That a lot of people may not care about anymore, because it is. I mean, they kind of just go through the awards like quick, and it's just sad. Here's the game for the best audio. Here's the best game direction. And it's like, boom, alright, here's another trailer. It's like, dude, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, please. Please, just slow it down. Alright, we gotta get this information. Just slow it down. Just calm down. Take a deep breath. But that's my issue with the Game Awards. And surprise behold, if you look at the candidates, Cyberpunk 2077 is on there. Yes, a game that came out last year is on for the game. I feel like this one's gonna be rigged because the last one last year was definitely rigged. How many awards did Last of Us Part 2 won? Doom Eternal didn't win squat. I voted for that for to be the best music. And that didn't even win squat. You're gonna tell me Last of Us Part 2 is better in Deceive a game of the year? I'm scared of game of year. I'm scared of it. What's it gonna be? What game is gonna be rigged this year? Deathloop? I mean, it's not a bad game. I don't know what bad game. I'm in between of two games. I haven't played Deathloop, but I'm in between two games. And that is Metroid Dread and Resident Evil Village. Because Resident Evil Village was great, outstanding. But Metroid Dread was like, it's hard to pick game of the year. It was hard for me to pick games out for this year. I even see best racing game. I saw Hot Wheels. I was like, Hot Wheels got nominated for best racing game? That's interesting. I have never seen that before, but alright. Okay, I was laughing. I was like, that's interesting. But you know what else the game awards do? They offer new games. It's kind of like a little mini E3 or little mini Direct within a award presentation. They'll show some trailers. They will show some stuff that is going on. And they will probably show some new game trailers. And I'm still going back. I'm still going back with this. This was supposed to be Zelda's 35th anniversary. Zelda's 35th anniversary. And we hardly got anything. It's still the year. They still can show something. And maybe release next year, like what they did with 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. That was part of Mario's 35th anniversary, and that didn't come out until next year. So Nintendo could be, and it's coming up again. It's coming up again. Like it's. To be honest, I want I heard a lot of rumors. If we want to go back and rehash the rumors, there was supposed to be so many collections. I don't know if y'all remember back on the GameCube. Back in the GameCube days. I forgot what year. Was it the maybe 15th anniversary? Maybe it was the 10th anniversary. Um, I mean, but it came out in 2004, so maybe about the 15, maybe I don't know. But it's the collector's edition. What came out on the GameCube? All right, it came out on the freaking GameCube. And this was to celebrate I think it was supposed to celebrate the release of Wind Waker because it include in that collector's edition it included the Wind Waker demo. That's what it included. I don't think it was for anniversary, honestly, but they did that back in the day. And you know what's on this disc? They had the original Zelda, the the Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and like a video, and then a Wind Waker demo. You know, you had the Wind Waker special movie and the Legend of Zelda retrospective. And then don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. You had the Game Boy Advance thing to plug up in the bottom of your GameCube to play some Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games. So you can play all these Zelda games on your GameCube. And back then, that was amazing. Simply amazing. You know, Link to the Past, GBA, plug it up, play on the big screen through your GameCube. Minish Cap, put it in, play it on your big screen. Link's Awakening, DX, play it on your big screen. Oracle of Ages, Oracles of Seasons, put it in, and it's up on your big screen. It was like it was like the best thing. And since then, it's been hard to play a physical copy of all Zelda games on one system. Now, back on the Wii, there was some eShops and stuff like that. You had to repurchase the games and stuff like that. Wii U, a little bit from what I heard. Switch, you can't play all the Zelda games on your Switch. Sadly, you can't. It's not like it was back in the day. It's not. You know, what do we have for the Switch so far? It has only Zelda. Well, let's look at the online expansion pack. I mean, the online's pass. Um, they have the original Zelda, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, and then they just added N64, which Ocarina of Time is on there, even though I don't recommend N64. And then you have the three Zelda games that's out on a physical copy. You have the Link's Awakening remake. You have Skyward Sword HD. And then you have Breath of the Wild. You can't play Wind Waker on your Switch. You can't play Phantom Hourglass on your Switch. You can't play Spirit Tracks on your Switch. You can't play Minish Cap on your Switch. You can't play Oracle of Ages or Seasons on your Switch. So there's a lot of Zelda games that you cannot play. And to be honest, they didn't do nothing. But it's coming out again. These rumors are coming out again saying that they could do something for the Game Award ceremony. That's the reason why I brought up Game of the Award. Because they could bring out maybe some Zelda information or maybe more information about Breath of the Wild 2. Because the Game & Watch just came out. I'm pretty sure they probably want to focus on Game & Watch. That's probably understandable from a gaming company if they just want to focus on Zelda Game & Watch before they do all that, which is completely understand. That is very understandable. But I'm hoping I mean, you can just easily port over Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, and package that together. Like, I don't see why you would not. Package that together, and you can probably sell that for $60. Unless you want to do it like the collector's edition and treat it in that way. Because honestly, I would love to see another good Zelda collector's edition. To be completely honest with you, I would love to see something like that again, where you could be able to play every Zelda game on one console. You know, because like I said, back in the GameCube, Nintendo DS was hardly out, and Phantom Hourglass didn't release until like what 2007, maybe, or 8, somewhere around there. With the Phantom Hourglass. Um, but that's been rumored at the Game Awards, and hopefully, maybe we'll get to see it at the Game Awards. I'm not entirely sure. Um, I'm not entirely sure about the Game Awards. These earphones keep falling out of my freaking ears. Okay, stay. So but yeah, and then there is Activision. Oh boy, Activision. There has been a lot, and when I say a lot, of things happening, and it is sad. It is sad. Um, Activision, you may know them for Call of Duty games. Who cares about Call of Duty? I mean, I know other people are like, yeah, Vanguard, yeah, and I'm over here like, I don't care. So, um, it is turning out to be a bad gaming company. I don't know if I want to compare it to Konami levels. Activision, what I'm scared of, because Activision, if you look at it, that's where Crash Bandicoot comes from. That's where the Spyro comes from. If they can sell their IPs, that will be cool. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. But it's just because they're Microsoft and Sony are planning on pulling all Activision games from consoles. I am not kidding you. I am not I'm not joking with you. I'm not. This is essentially bad for them, especially in a place, because the reason this is happening, if y'all are curious, the reason, he is the owner, the one that's the Activision that's been putting all the nice microtransactions in your games. You know, who cannot forget microtransactions? Sounds like a little bit like EA, but Activision style. You know, like Crash Team Racing was a great game. People put reviews up, and you know what Activision said? You know what Activision did? They're like, let's put microtransactions in that game. And I'm like, bruh, no, stop, no, don't, please, don't, no, please, no. And they're like, there you go. And I'm like, if you buy Wampa coins, you get this. So, but from what I've been hearing, he's been harassing the work members, and all he cares about is money and he is not doing anything. And there's a lot of like sexual harassment. Yes, going that far. I don't know the dude's name, but it's insane. It's definitely really insane of what they're doing here. Like, once the games are pulled from the PlayStation Store and Xbox, because they're even thinking about it from what they've been hearing. They're like, I don't want any of your games after what you did. I don't want any of your products on my store. You know, when you hear stuff like this, you don't want their products on their store. And they're planning on removing all Activision games. I don't know if they're going to do that, and that's what got me a bit worried. It got me a bit worried of what is going to happen to Activision. It's like, what's his name? Bobby. Sexual misconduct at video games. They want Bobby Kotick to be removed. And they did a whole lot of like trying to market Vanguard. Employees are walking out wanting the CEO to resign. Xbox is evaluating their relationship with Xbox. Xbox is evaluating their relationship with Activision. He's like, I don't know, like doing all this, and people are leaving. They want him to step down, saying this is not a good workplace. When you're harassing your workers, and it could potentially mean that it could be over for Activision. Or it could be like where Konami's at. If you look at where Konami is at, they're not doing much. They used to make games back in the day. Castlevania games, Metal Gear Solid games, Contra games back in the day. A lot of good beat 'em ups back in the Super Nintendo era. But now they're nothing. They don't do anything. The last big game that they released was Metal Gear Survive. How well did that work out for them? Contra, Hard Corps. That came out on the Switch. I think it's Hard Corps, or unless I'm talking about the Second Genesis version. RoCorp, that came out on the Switch. How well did that do? Terrible. Our Super Bomberman R did terrible. And guess what? Those were the launches for the Switch. Konami is just releasing, I think, they're just collection of games, which is a good thing. The Castlevania collection, Castlevania Advance collection, the Contra collection. Like, releasing those collections is a good thing for Konami. And they went down a hill, lost Kojima, all that stuff because of what they've been doing. And it seems like Activision is doing the same thing. Like, you're supposed to look at gaming companies, and you're supposed to treat gaming companies, and instead it's all about the winglings, which is sad. It is really, really sad to trust a gaming company. Like, the good gaming company, I'll probably say the best one is Capcom. Capcom has been doing phenomenally lately. Releasing 2 remake, 3 remake, even though 3 remake got that, but at least we got it. Village DLC, Monster Hunter Rise, getting Monster Hunter Rise DLC. So Capcom is doing good right now. Square Enix makes some of the best RPGs, like the Project Triangle Strategy, whatever that game is supposed to be. That's supposed to be a good game, even though I'm probably not going to get it. But then you have these games, Activision doing this, so gaming companies shouldn't be doing this. Like you need to look at your competitors and learn how they're treating their employees. You need to learn how they're giving them vacation and not sitting there crunching on a time just to release a product that could be dead at launch or overhyped, and people can be so disappointed. I bet you the most disappointing game of last year probably was Cyberpunk 2077. And it could be the same for this year for Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition. It's just sad. Because what I think they should also do, I didn't mention this, I think they should just offer their games free. The Definitive Edition. I know that might be sad. But they can still pay for the original. If people haven't paid for the original, you can still leave that up because you don't need to make that free. But for the Definitive Edition, I would say make it free. You know, because that's what happened to Fallout 76. So I feel like you should make it really dumbed down at a low price for the 3 games. But it's it's terrible where what's been happening. But putting the sad news behind us, let's look forward to Game Awards. Let's look at the awesome trailers that they might show some new games. I know, don't expect it to be like E3. Do not expect your expectations to get high. I'm probably going to be doing a live reaction to it, probably, more than likely. Because the Game Awards starts on December the 9th. December the 9th on that Thursday. So in about 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be in Game Awards. So if you want to go into their website, which I would suggest, and put in your votes for games. Games that you would like to win. For somebody, like, I never played It Takes Two. And apparently it's nominee for a Game of the Year award. And I have not even looked up this game. I don't know nothing about this game. I don't know nothing about this game. But, like I said, I was looking at Metroid Dread and Resident Evil Village. There is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I don't play PlayStation. Deathloop, it didn't look that interesting to me. It did look fun. But I don't know if that will be Game of the Year material. Yeah, I don't know. But, if you're looking forward to it, December the 9th. You have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2. I forgot Psychonauts 2. That is for Game of the Year. Best Game Direction, Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I never played any of these games. To be completely honest with you, I never played any of these games. Best Narrative, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. I actually been hearing good things. Maybe Square Enix learned from Avengers. Then you have Life is Strange, It Takes Two, Deathloop, Psychonauts 2. I've been seeing a lot of Deathloop in Psychonauts 2 and Ratchet & Clank, so I feel like one of those games could be rigged. Now, Best Art Direction might be Ratchet & Clank. For Best Art Direction, I would... Best Score and Music. And Cyberpunk brings up... I would say Deathloop. I don't know. Maybe. Best Audio Sound. I would say Village. Best performance, I would say Maggie as Lady D. Well, Ethan Winters. Games for Impact. I never played any of these games. Best ongoing games, and guess what game is on there? Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy. The only thing that I've been really thinking of is getting Final Fantasy 14 online. So I would say that's the best ongoing is Final Fantasy 14. Best indie. You had Loop Hero, Kingdom, Bridge of Spirits, Inscription, Death's Door, and 12 Minutes. Death's Door, I feel like should win. Because when I saw that game, it kind of looked a little bit like Blue Fire. It looks like one of those hack and slash. It kind of looks almost. I wouldn't compare it to Hades level. For that. So these are just games that you can vote for. In the categories. Best mobile game. I don't know any Pokemon Unite, Marvel Future. I don't play mobile games. Best community sports. I don't know. And this is where it comes down to, I don't know. Best VR game. Now, I see Resident Evil 4. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. So this might be biased. But I heard a lot of good things about the VR, saying that it feels familiar, but it's different. And part of me wants to try it, but I don't have VR. Then you have Best Action Game. Back 4 Blood, Civil 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, Returnal. Best Action Adventure. Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Best Action Adventure. Combining combat with puzzle solving. I would say Metroid Dread. Because sometimes Metroid game, well, to get some bonuses, I don't think about proceeding the main game. Village, the puzzles in Village is not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. Yeah, I would say Metroid Dread. For puzzles. Maybe Psychonauts 2 will win that. Best role playing. Here's another one. Cyberpunk 2077, Monster Hunter Rise. I feel like it will be between Monster Hunter Rise and Shin Megami Tensei 5. There is Scarlet Nexus and Tales of Arise. Best fighting game. This was what was funny. That was nominated for Best Fighting Game. Remember that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl? Yeah, that's been nominated as the best fighting game. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's been nominated. You have Virtual Fighter 5, Melty Blood, Guilty Gear Strive, Demon Slayer. I feel like it will be Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I mean, I would vote for that. Best family game. I would vote for Mario Party Superstars. Best Sim Strategy. Probably Age of Empires 4. For that one, for me, I know I'm not listening to games. Best Sports / Racing. F1 2021. FIFA 22. Forza Horizon 5. Hot Wheels Unleashed. And Riders Republic. Now, I was shocked about Hot Wheels Unleashed being on the list. I don't think it will win. I'll be shocked if it won Best Sports and Racing Game. But I don't know if I could see that. Best multiplayer game, New World is on there, and I have been suggested that to do Reunifies. Fallon, Monster Hunter Rise, Takes Two, Knockout City, Back 4 Blood. Content creator, who cares? Best Step Indie, you have that one. Most anticipated game, the most game that you're looking forward to. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Breath of the Wild, the sequel, or Starfield. And to be me, I would have to go with God of War Ragnarok. Because I did not like Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 1. Bethesda kind of fall off, so it's hard for me to get hyped for Starfield. Horizon, I never played the Horizon games, and Elden Ring, I had know nothing about. This is just me what I would vote for. I haven't got into vote yet. Best esports game: Call of Duty, Counter Strike, Dota 2, League of Legends, Valorant. I would say League of Legends because it's big. Well, Call of Duty's big. Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. It's freaking Call of Duty. They release a freaking game every stinking year. Best esports. This is where it comes just best esports athlete, best esports team, best esports coach. So, best esports event that probably no one cares about. But yeah, if you want to sign in to their website and put in your votes for games, more likely I'm probably going to be doing a reunify of that on that day, maybe. But it'll be December the 9th, and hopefully you can put in your poll for Game Awards. This is all I got to say for our podcast today. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's a topic that you would love to submit, as long as it's appropriate, whether it's about video games, movies, Bible, whatever topic that you would love to suggest, just let me know. And also, if you would love to be part of these podcasts, if you just don't want to hear my own opinion and you would love to hear someone else's opinion, just jump in the chill VC. Just jump in the chill VC. That's all you got to do. Just jump in the chill VC. If you just want to be part of these podcasts. If you would like to be part of these podcasts, go for it. Also, we do have our movie night. We do movie night every Friday night. Oh my gosh, we do movie night every Friday night. So tonight, if you're watching this live, we'll be watching Onward. If you're watching us on YouTube in the past, then that week we'll be watching Monsters University. We're almost done with the Pixar films, and if you would like to join in within our Discord server, within our fellowship hall, there is the link. I'm about to put it right here. And also, if you would like to put in your Christmas movie, yes, to vote for a Christmas movie, put in hashtag general, put in a Christmas movie. I will be getting a poll once we get a good amount of Christmas movies. I will be creating a poll. Hopefully, people won't vote for their own Christmas movies. Try to vote for the best, and whoever got the most votes, that is what we're going to be watching on December the I think the 10th. Yeah, December the 10th. That's when we're going to be start watching Christmas movies, is on that Friday, December the 10th. So, that's going to be doing it for me. I hope that y'all enjoy this lovely podcast of me just talking about video games. So, sorry, I just lost track again. What was I saying? Crap. Yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy this podcast. We'll be back in the Discord server if y'all want to come to the movie. Till then, I guess I can see you guys and girls next time on the next podcast. Dun dun dun. We need like a beginning to these podcasts and like an ending to the podcast. We need something epic going like dun dun dun. I don't know. It just makes me. It makes me kind of just think that. It just kind of makes me think that. Yeah, it just makes me think that. But anyway, I was hopefully to see you guys and girls tonight. If not, I will see you guys and girls tomorrow back here at 7 p.m. for our weekly ministry service. So hopefully I get to see you guys and girls there. Till then, take care. God bless. Be safe. Be true. Be you. And hopefully, I will see you guys and girls soon. Take care and be bye bye. Be bye bye.